Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a pick a card to check in on your manifestation. Now this is not any manifestation in particular. This can be for anything, whether it's an SP, money, career, whatever it is. There's a ton of different things that we're all manifesting. So we're going to take a look at each of those. We have pile number 1 here, pile 2, pile number 3. Timestamps are listed in the description box down below. If you guys are new to my channel, I am an energetic reader, so I look at the cards just to let you know where you're at. We're going to see if you have any blocks, anything like that. And you obviously, through law of assumption, law of expectancy, law of attraction, every other universal law, have the ability to change what we need. If you are new to these concepts, I do tarot the same way when I do more specific readings. Again, I highly believe that we are co-creators in our reality, so we just take a look at where we are and what we can change. So let's go ahead and jump in with pile number 1. Hey, pile 1, let's go ahead and jump in. So I did pre-shuffle and pick these cards. I just let however many wanted to fall out to come out. And again, if you're new to my channel, I'm an energetic reader, so even if you read something or watch a tarot reading on my channel that doesn't have to do with manifestation, you do have the power to change those things. So really good energy so far. So we've got the Death and the Rebirth card, along with the Page of Swords. So immediately in your energy, what I'm getting is that you may either be newer to manifestation. And by newer, I mean like maybe within the last 6 months, last year, or maybe you've known about it, kind of gone back and forth with it before. Or this could be a new topic for you guys, like something newer that you're trying to manifest. Something, especially with this Page of Swords and the imagery that we're getting here, something that maybe you've been teetering on, kind of going back and forth. But now, if you have not, is a really good time to look at some information and some new information. If you guys like my style of reading, the way that I go about my readings, I highly suggest looking at Neyah Visions. That's Neyah, I think. And then that's her tarot channel, I believe, just tarot. And then Neyah is like her manifestation channel. So she believes a lot of the same things that I do. She reads the same way that I do. Anyway, if you haven't heard of her and you're looking for some information, somebody to kind of follow that's, you know, not just hunkered down only in the law of assumption, that is, you know, my suggestion there. But again, really good outlook so far. You guys are in a period where you're starting to transition, and it looks like you're starting to adopt what it is that you're needing to. Now, if you're having a hard time with that, what may help is listening to affirmation tapes at night of your own voice without any music in the background. That way your brain isn't filtering out that music, okay? We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so I'm getting that things are starting to manifest a little bit slower in the 3D for you. But you're starting to get some manifestations that are coming in. I'm getting like a little bit of a wavering faith feeling right now. And like try manifesting something smaller, like asking for a sign. What I have done is I have been like, oh, I want to see, you know, this animal, and then had it come up in a couple of days. And then I've been like, no, I need to see this right now. I need a sign, and then had something show up within hours. So really kind of honing into your power and reminding yourself that you are a creator, and that if you go back and look at things, you'll see how many things you created. So if you're in a point where you're having some wavering faith, that's another good tactic, okay? Let's see what else we've got. Ooh, the High Priestess. I think for a lot of you, you already, like, I was getting this when I first started flipping over these first 2 cards, and especially with this High Priestess coming out, I'm almost getting like you know, a lot of other information, and that may be why some confusion is coming in, or even where some of your blocks are coming in, because there's this information that you already know, or that you've been taught, And it's kind of like you're having a hard time figuring out exactly like, well, this conflicts with this belief I have, or this thing that I know about the universe, or this in my spirituality. And that's kind of where I go back to this, this Neyah YouTube channel that I was talking about, because she incorporates a lot of other things that help in terms of manifesting. Ooh, we have the Ace of Wands. Yes, you guys need a new way of thinking. That's the biggest overall theme I'm getting. Not necessarily a new way of thinking, but something new to kind of spark your passion, or like to get you kind of out of being hung up on what exactly is happening within this manifestation. Because it's like you're manifesting things and then they're going away, and then you're kind of manifesting them in and then they're going away. And I'm getting like a take a break for a minute, accept where things are, and then that's when you're going to come in and you're going to get this new passion, and all of this stuff is going to start really falling together. I keep getting like a confusion, or a lack of faith in you being a really conscious co-creator within your manifestation. See, and then we have the King of Pentacles coming up. So the King of Pentacles is a really stable energy. It talks about, a lot of abundance within the 3D. That's the biggest thing I'm getting regarding your blocks, where you're at, kind of what to do to get where you need to go to get to your King of Pentacles. Okay, but also with this King of Pentacles, and this Death and High Priestess card coming in, it's like this is like the not aftermath, that's not the right word. This is like the aftermath of going through all of these steps. Okay, you're in the midst of a transition, and it's going to take some time to kind of transition things. But when you open your mind up a little bit and understand kind of that different universal laws, different beliefs can come into play, and kind of learn how you can use your own assumptions and own beliefs for you, that's really going to help you move things forward. One thing that I noticed that helped out with me, when I had a situation with a person in general, I had a really nasty outcome. And in the past, I would have just been like, oh my God, this person is, a pile, this doesn't work. And then I realized, like, oh my God, if this person would not have done this within my 3D world, I wouldn't have been able to change my thoughts about this person and to get closer to being able to have a clear mental diet on them. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some energy cards, see if we got anything else that's wanting to come out here. You guys are on your way though, like you're learning different ways. Do whatever works for you. If you have a particular creator or teacher that you're interested in, divulge in that. Sometimes there's an overconsumption of different ways that people explain things. So sometimes it helps, just to take a break from that and then kind of go back and, look at someone who resonates with you, or, just look at other things, law of attraction, even just breaking up your day and kind of getting out of it. It's kind of a catch-22. I'm getting like an overconsumption of information, but it's like an overconsumption of too much of one topic, and really a big strong pull from spirit, from the universe, to say, hey, take a break, look at some other things, and then these things that you're learning previously that you're really like kind of over consuming in are going to make more sense in your mind. Like everything is going to come together there. So let's see what came out. Oh yeah, we have the yin and the yang. So if you guys have been seeing 22s, pairs of things, like two birds flying together, you have twins popping up, you have a yin yang, you're seeing, again, 22s anywhere, that could be a sign for you. Yeah, we have patience. And patience doesn't mean that you have to wait and be patient and your manifestation is not going to come for 2 or 3 months. Patience here is saying to understand that what you desire and what you want is already yours, so you can relax because it's already yours. And when it's already yours within your mind, then that lets go of the resistance of it coming towards you, and it's going to come faster. But if you're constantly checking within the 3D, you know, like, oh, I affirmed I'm gonna win $1 million, I'm gonna win $1 million, I'm gonna win $1 million, and then you go and you look for it, then it's not, you know, it's going to hold that up, because you're looking in the universe, and then you're gonna naturally feel bummed. You know, you're gonna be like, oh, it's not here yet, or oh, I bought a lottery ticket and I was supposed to win and it's not here. It's like no, just relax and let the universe do its thing. And even within yourself, like, you'll start to realize, like, oh, that fight that I had was part of my bridge of incidents, or, you know, this person showing up in a crappy way, that was, you know, the purging of their old selves, but it was also, you know, my bridge of incidents to change my mind about things, or whatever the case is. So just trusting in the process. So the more patience that you have in that sense, the quicker things are going to come to you. And then we have journey, and we have another 2 here with the journey. So again, this is really just about enjoying the process, feeling good. If you're really trying to manifest something and it's really stressful and it's something you want, you know, just try to take some deep breaths, do some inner talking about how things, you know, are going to be, how they would feel, what you want this person to say, you know, what you would be saying to other people if you had this, and some self-soothing, and just enjoying that journey anytime you're getting worried about your manifestation not coming, and then kind of moving on with your day. Okay. Pretty clear-cut message here. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Thank you for all of you who have been subscribing, booking readings with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment, let me know what questions you guys have. Otherwise, peace, love, and light, and I will see you all another time. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. We're going to jump in, check and see what is going on with your manifestation. If you're new to my channel, I follow, you know, law of assumption, law of attraction, law of expectancy, all the different universal laws. If you were newer to manifestation or to my channel in general, I do read energetically, even when I'm doing readings not about manifestation. So I believe in checking in on our current energy, and that we have the ability to change what is occurring based on what's going on in our energy. The first part is knowing where you're at, though. So if something's resonating with you, then take it, and if it's not, then don't, because that's just not you. So okay, so we have the 5 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Moon, and the 6 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so a block and a resistance that I'm getting for you guys in terms of your manifestation not being here is a lack of feeling good about it. So there's like this inner turmoil. Either the 3D isn't showing you what you want. It's not coming to fruition. There's a lot of struggle with it. And part of your block is just feeling good in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be about this situation, right? Because that can be difficult. But when the situation isn't feeling good and you're having a hard time getting out of that negative mental headspace, just saying, okay, let me just tell myself something that is going to soothe myself real quick about the situation, and then stepping away from it and feeling good. Okay, so it's almost like you're fighting to feel good about the manifestation so it can come in, or maybe you're affirming and affirming and affirming, and you're just not feeling okay. So this is all about, you know, just stepping back and just kind of, you know, making yourself a priority, you know, going and, you know, painting your fingernails, or going and, you know, buying something you want, or cooking a dinner, or, you know, something that feels good to my male viewers out there. I can't think of something you would do for self-care. But just kind of taking a step back. Okay. Taking a step back, and then some of you who are into like candle magic, witchcraft, things of those natures, kind of honing into that, but doing it so that you can get into a better headspace, not for something directly linked to your current manifestation, because I am getting that there's like a mental break so that this passion can come back. so that this clarity can come back. But you guys are really powerful manifestors, especially with this Hierophant coming out. It's like you guys are, like, you know how to get to where you want. It's just that your overall feeling is not letting you get there, okay? But as soon as you kind of open up, you know, open up your heart, open up your chest, you know, maybe that's with some yoga or saging your house or some deep breathing, or a bath, especially here with the moon, kind of reconnecting with yourself, with the earth, putting your feet on the ground. That's when you're going to get, you know, back to your, oh, look, we're out of this 5 of Wands and we're into the 6 of Wands, and we're kind of letting this energy kind of flow in and flow up. And look at the imagery here with the Hierophant, and, you know, this man who's, you know, essentially in a meditative state, and he's, you know, kind of up in the clouds, reaching up into that 4th realm, you know. And then you have this 6 of Wands who, you know, she's taking that energy in, okay? Now, with this 5 of Wands and kind of getting into a good feeling state, I'm not saying you have to feel good about your manifestation or feel good all the time. It's just about when you're not feeling good, just being really nice to yourself. And, you know, let's, for instance, say you're trying to manifest a specific person and you're having arguments with them in your head, or you're feeling really betrayed, or whatever the case may be. It may be just a matter of going within and saying, okay, you know, I'm really sorry I did this. This hurts me. And having the other person talk back to you, yes, I'm sorry too. That really hurt me. And just having whatever you want to hear and what would soothe you come to you. Now, you don't have to visualize them. You don't have to hear their voice. You don't have to talk the exact way that they would talk to you. Just something that's helping you feel good in the moment, okay? And not even like, oh yeah, I feel ecstatic, but just feeling okay. Being really nice, really gentle, really, really at peace with yourself. Now, I will say this, with the Wands energy here, I think that when you guys get into a really good kind of letting go, just letting things be as they are, you know, letting go isn't about letting go of your manifestation and forgetting it, you know, it's about letting go of the control over it, right? It doesn't mean you can't think about it, and it doesn't mean you have to think about it all the time. It's just all about going with the flow. Okay, going with the flow, getting in touch with yourself, honoring your emotions, honoring where you're at now. Don't worry if you're not feeling good all the time. Don't worry if you have a bad day over anything. That is not going to matter, okay? And when you can get into this state, that is when this energy is going to kind of break up and be able to flow easier. And the Wands here, that's your quick energy, okay? And your 8 of Pentacles is just you, all these things that you're manifesting and that you can do. For those of you looking for signs, if you see a white feather, I'm getting like a odd, this is going to sound very strange, but I know it's going to hit home for some of you guys, like a really odd health symbol. It could be like a symbol on a church, or a hospital, or, you know, like you might see someone with like a ID badge, like one of those medical bracelets, things like that. For those of you who are into signs, those are the big random things that are coming out in terms of what you can look for in your physical realm. Always, 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 you can ask the universe. You are the universe. You are a co-creator for a sign if you're at a point where you're like, I just need to see something. I've done this myself, and it has worked within hours. You know, I've asked to manifest seeing certain things, and it's taken days. And then when I was like, no, I need a sign, and I need it now, I got my sign within like 2-3 hours after that, okay? Let's go ahead. Let's pull some energy cards, see if we have anything else that is wanting to come out here. What you guys desire desires you. So you have to remember that. And that's a really good mantra to tell yourself when you're like, well, how could I have that specific person, or how could I have this money, or does this really work? It's like, it has to work, because if you desire it, it desires you too. And the energy is trying to flow towards you. It's just a matter of believing it and letting it come towards you. And knowing that it will, right? Like keeping the faith. Carrying connections. Yeah. yeah, so for those of you, I think this is a good sign. Those of you manifesting a specific person, you know, just kind of a sign, a reminder, like, hey, this is coming. But the other big thing I'm getting about this is just kind of what I was hammering on a little bit before. Just to be really kind and gentle with yourself, and talk to yourself the way that, you know, you would want to be talked to from somebody else, or that you would comfort somebody else. A really good way to do that is to, like, you know, pretend that you are your child, like your younger self, like you're talking to your younger self, and your younger self is 4 years old, and you're really upset, and you just need a hug, and just comforting yourself. This doesn't have to be a long process. I mean, it could be like a 10 second, you know, a 10-second little, everything's going to be okay type of thing. Okay, so we have passion and mystery that came out. So again, this is all about letting the universe, this mystery, take care of the hard work, and just remaining, you know, passionate in things that make you feel good, passionate about yourself, taking care of yourself, and letting the universe take care of you. You don't have to do anything consciously. The universe is going to bring everything towards you. You just have to let it. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Thank you guys who have been subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. If you are interested in a personal reading, my info is listed in the description box down below. Otherwise, peace, love, and light, and I will see you all another time. Bye. Hey, Pile 3, we are going to jump in, check on your manifestation. For those of you who are newer to my channel, I talk about manifestation and tarot in the same way. I believe that we are co-creators in our reality, and I am an energetic reader. I look at the energy surrounding your situation right now. Nothing is set in stone, so if there's something you don't like, you have the ability to change it. I did pre-pull these cards and just let whatever come out, whatever needed to come out, come out. Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So there's a feeling right now around your manifestation about, like, kind of being bummed, wondering where it's at, not knowing if it's coming, feeling like the universe isn't giving it to you fast enough. And the universe is getting things to you, but there's a need for you to open up to it, right? Like, there's a need for you to open up your heart. For those of you who are into chakras and things like that, I'm getting like a, like opening up your heart chakra. Some of you may be closed off, especially with this 4 of Cups coming in here. You may be closing yourself off from feeling your negative emotions or your negative feelings or your negative thoughts about your manifestation, because you're scared that that is going to keep your manifestation from you. But what is actually happening is that not releasing those feelings is just keeping them hunkered down within you. So if you are angry, if you need to cry, if you are frustrated, get those feelings out. Be kind to yourself in the process, but get them out so that they can get out and, you know, kind of dissipate, and so that things can start moving a little bit quicker, you know, with the 6 of Pentacles, because the Pentacles is a little bit slower of an energy. But this is, I read the 6 of Pentacles as something being offered to you, okay, from the universe. So this is something that is, it's trying to come into you, but there's a little bit of blockage here. There's a little bit of blockage, and I'm getting a misunderstanding with the concept of time. So, quick rant. Time, past, present, future, only exists within our minds because we have a brain. Past is just memory. Present is what is actually happening all the time. So everything is happening right now. And then the future is just your imagination. Okay. So there's this sense of like, well, if it's already mine, why isn't it here manifested in the 3D? Well, when you go within and you understand that it's really yours within your mind, you aren't going to be so worried about it within the 3D, because you understand that it's already there. So in your mind, you're already living in the space that it's there, and the 3D becomes less and less and less important. So that might be a concept that you guys might want to go and research a little bit further. or kind of rewind back and listen to. I do have a video under my manifestation playlist that explains that a little bit better if you guys want to check that out. But there are a lot of content creators on YouTube that explain that phenomenon a little bit better. So if that is something that is hanging you up, this concept of how can I believe that I have it if I don't actually have it in my hand right here, go and check those out. But really hone in on understanding that if something is yours, if you desire to manifest it, the second you desire to manifest it and you want to manifest it and you affirm that you have it, it is going to be yours, okay? You can affirm, you can do sats, you can do visualizations, you can do whatever you want. But if you don't want to do those things, or those things aren't making you feel good, or they're bringing up triggers, you don't have to. You know, you can just go straight into, you know, just self-soothing or understanding, you know, that it's here, not worrying about it. So there are other ways to manifest, and just find whatever works for you. You know, some of us can't affirm all day long about a situation because it triggers old memories, or, you know, we don't have time for it, or, you know, we get worried if we're not affirming or visualizing that things aren't going to happen. No, the second you desire it, if you understand that it's yours, you open up to your mind being able to kind of fantasize again, right? The future, you're fantasizing about it being there, and then eventually it comes up. It's like you have a trip planned on vacation, you're going to California, you envision in your mind, you fantasize about how this trip is going to go, and then it's suddenly there at some point, whether it's the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year, but it's there. It's the same with anything else that you manifest, okay? And then we have the Three of Pentacles. And the biggest thing I'm getting with the Three of Pentacles is to kind of lean on a community. This is about leaning on a community, building with somebody. I'm getting like give back. Give back in a way that makes you feel good. This doesn't, you know, you could go and do volunteer work or anything like that, or whatever the case is, but giving back even just to yourself, you know, to your home, to your work, to whatever the case may be, just giving back and kind of getting your body in motion, and doing something physically that's making you feel good, but doing it with other people and getting some socialization and something that's going to distract you from the manifestation, just to kind of get you back into like a feel good place, right? Because when we're feeling good, we're not going to be too worried about this manifestation. I'm getting a lot of you, this is a worry, you know, kind of when you're alone, or it's in the back of your head, or things like that. Let's go ahead, let's pull some energy cards, see what other messages want to come out here. Feeling good right now is a big one that I'm getting. It's like I think some of you may have been feeling down lately, and feeling good is important. And it's not because it's like, oh, you can only feel good to get your manifestation. No, it's just about just taking a break for a second and just doing something, you know, that feels good to you. Or being gentle with yourself if you're not doing anything, you know, and just being gentle and saying, okay, it's okay. I'm getting a big, like, a heavy judgment feeling. Like, I think some of you are really, really hard on yourselves. And a lot of that comes when you're alone. You know, so I think that's another big reason why this, you know, kind of this community-ish type of feel is coming out. This really, like, take care of your social aspect right now. Ooh, the Magician in the Mirror. There's your guys' reminder that we are co-creators. The Magician is the creator, right? And this is the Magician looking into the mirror and realizing, oh, I am the creator. So for those of you looking for a sign or having some doubts of faith, that's just like a nice little reminder for you. Door to personal healing and happiness. This card always reminds me of the Four of Pentacles within the tarot deck. And this is all about kind of letting go, opening yourself up, letting go, and kind of stepping out. And understanding that, you know, when you kind of are getting into motion again with this, you know, this community card, and going out and kind of trusting in and getting moving, and maybe distracting yourself or going for a drive, or getting, you know, getting out of the house, trying something new. It's going to kind of start opening up avenues to letting you feel good, and then you're going to get in a better flow state, okay? Ooh, the sun. So some of you may actually need to get out into the sun. I am getting a very, like, get back in touch with your spiritual side, maybe ground a little bit, put your bare feet on the ground, just soak in the sun. A really, really, really heavy vibe with this pile about self-care, taking care of yourself, doing things that feel good to you, feel good to your body. It doesn't, I mean, it could be a 10-minute, you know, bath, a 5-minute walk. It could, you know, be cleaning up a little area in your home. You know, it doesn't have to be everything at once, but just these tiny little steps, okay? And then we have the broken heart. Let's go ahead. I'm going to clarify this broken heart card, okay? The feel that I'm getting, you know, is kind of what I've been saying, that you guys are maybe in a place where you're feeling like a little defeated, a little upset, something is bothering you. But I do want to clarify. While we're waiting for this clarity, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, any coaching, anything like that, my info is listed in the description box down below. Since I am, I'm going to get that back in there. I want to pull one card. Since I am, you know, an energetic reader, and I'm doing a general reading, I'm pulling up a lot of energy. So if you want something more specific to your information, that's a, you know, that's a good resource for that. Ooh, the Lovers. Okay. Yeah, a lot of you are, you're indecisive. You're going back and forth about the situation. There's maybe some pain here, especially for those of you who are manifesting a specific person, a relationship, or something that's really near and dear to you. It's like you have to really decide what you want, even if there's, you know, past hurts, past traumas, and that could be with this particular person or with somebody else. You really have to kind of decide, like, do I want to keep having this argument with this person over and over again in my head and keep having that come up, or do I want to let it go? And you don't have to do that overnight. I mean, you can have those arguments and those fights and be angry and all that, you know, with the understanding that you know, it's going to manifest within your 3D. So this is really, really heavy on making a decision. Making a decision on what you want and kind of sticking with it. Let's see what pops out in our Prism Oracle here. Yeah, stop in pain. Yeah, whatever is not making you feel good, you've got to stop. You've got to stop thinking about it. You've got to stop mulling. You've got to let go of the past here. You got to let go of the past. Even if this isn't relationship related or a specific person, it's like, even if, you know, you're trying to manifest money and it's not coming in, you're trying to manifest an apartment or whatever, and, you know, you're getting upset because you're having financial worries, and you remember that this happened, you know, 5 years ago, or whatever the case is. It's like you have to stop. You have to stop ruminating over the bad things. Now, that is not holding your pain in, right? It's like letting it out, but being kind to yourself while you let it out. Okay? Being kind to yourself and allowing yourself to feel your pain or feel your frustration. Don't worry about it, you know, in terms of messing up your manifestation, but letting the pain go out and learning how to process it in your mind in a way that is going to be productive for your manifestation, instead of the way that you guys are doing it here. Because the way that it's being done is like, I'm just going to use a relationship, for example. Like, you're really pissed off at this person, and you're like, you have so much built up anger, so you're like having these made up, you know, arguments, or you're thinking about this time that they screwed you over, or whatever the case may be. If you cannot let that go, I totally understand that. That's totally understandable. You have to get those feelings out, but it's about having those conversations come up, and instead of getting in an argument in your head with somebody, it's all about changing the way that the argument goes, right? And I go back to like simple psychology with this instead of arguing, you did this, and how could I ever trust you after this, or wherever your mind goes, being like, hey, I felt like this when this happened. And, you know, because of that, I have this trust issue. And then hearing your person come back and tell you, you know, hey, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you that way. And that's it. It's just that simple. It's just a matter of changing the way that you do it in your brain. You don't have to just totally forget that something happened. I think a lot of creators just like hammer that down your throat, like let go of the old story. And it's like, well, you have to literally let it go and get it out of your system to get rid of the old story. So it's just about doing it in a smart way. Okay. I'm going to leave this here. If you guys like this, please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Again, if you're interested in a personal reading, my info is in the description box down below. Otherwise, good luck to you guys. Peace, love, and light. And I will see you all another time. Bye.